My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey gang, welcome back. Today, zooming in from New York City, we have Leo Young, and Leo has a very interesting real estate background. He got into real estate investing a while ago, more on the passive side as a limited partner when he was making the big bucks selling Teslas for Elon. And then since then, he's done all sorts of different things. He's worked with a fund and helped raise capital for that. He's most recently started his own fund that focuses a lot on mobile home park investments. In fact, I think that's all they focus on. And if I'm not mistaken, he's got 6 or 7 of those parks in the fund at the moment. So Leo, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Thank you, Dave. Excited to be on.
Yeah, man. All right. So give us a little snapshot of real estate investing a la Leo Young. What do you do? Why do you focus on this kind of asset? That sort of stuff.
Sure. So I co-founded Cornell Communities. We are a real estate investing firm. We focus specifically on mobile home parks for 2 reasons. One, it makes sense as far as a good social value. We're providing affordable housing to people and also helping our investors grow their wealth.
Mhm.
And 2, it just frankly makes a lot of sense in this economy. It's a really recession resilient asset, and it's got a lot of nice things going for it. So we like it on the books, and then also mission wise to drive good impact.
All right. Very cool, Leo. So I think a lot of people have misconceptions of mobile home parks. A lot of what we see on the news is negative, them blowing away in tornadoes and hurricanes and stuff like that. Or people have watched the good old Canadian Trailer Park Boys show, and just this whole stigma about mobile home parks. How did you kind of get turned on to these, and why are they such a good investment?
Yeah, great question, Dave. So mobile home parks for the longest time have not had the best stigma out there. There's always, like the media talking about it, and like TV shows like 8 Mile, things like that. Um, But I'd call it like 20 years ago, some funds like Sam Zell with Equity Lifestyle, he saw the benefit of investing in mobile home parks. It's a very cash flow heavy asset, and he decided to go in big on it, and then other big boys followed like Blackstone, Apollo, even Warren Buffett. He's built out a whole thing with mobile homes. So um, how we ended up here was I mean by chance. I was friends with my I was friends with this guy who worked at a fund purchasing
Mhm.
mobile home parks, and he came to
Okay.
me. He knew I was in real estate. I was a broker at the time doing residential and commercial real estate, and he sort of gave me this thesis, and I thought it made a lot of sense. And then I started this firm with him, and that's how
Okay.
it came about.
Very smart. So you're already in the real estate business.
Yeah,
Your friend had been working for somebody else doing exactly what you guys are now doing. So he got paid to play. He got paid to learn the inside track on this.
that's
You
the best
joined
way to be.
forces and you started doing deals. That's cool. So um, probably that's a very good overview. Probably not super smooth sailing early days. So what were some of the struggles that you guys faced, even though he really kind of knew the business? What were the early day struggles going on your own?
I think I will say that even if you have the playbook, executing on the playbook is a whole nother story.
Yeah.
There's this quote from Cristiano Ronaldo that he says, "Everyone wants to be Cristiano. The playbook is out there, but no one is Cristiano. Why? Because no one wants to do what I do." So it's similar with entrepreneurship and business, starting your own firm from the ground up. It's a lot of building the groundwork, understanding deeply how the asset works, how to underwrite it. And that's just one step of the process. You have to build out the back end systems, develop the relationships, connect the capital, like all those things before you even get to the starting line. And the fallacy is that people on social media like to say how easy it is. They have big wins and like closing on certain things and like passive income, but they don't go below the surface level and be like,
Yeah.
okay, what does this really take? It takes a lot of
It's
effort and
Instagram
care.
perfect lives, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. 10 years ago on Instagram, everyone was a model flexing their lifestyle, posing next to a Lamborghini that they don't own. But now it's like, it's becoming more genuine.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. That I appreciate that. So now you guys have got 6 communities under management that the ownership in. Tell me a little bit, obviously you're bullish on mobile home parks. It's not all sunshine and flowers. We see what the positives are. Yes, you're making a positive impact for your mobile home park residents as well as your investors. It's good for the cash flow. It's a very popular asset these days, but it can't be all sunshine and flowers. What are some of the downsides to mobile home park investing?
Mm. The toughest part is really behind the scenes. So
Yeah.
for our company, we do everything so that our investors don't have to do anything. So
Yep.
we do the operations, property management, and all that. And the reality of mobile home parks is that you're fighting an uphill battle, and the people that you serve, that you interact with, are all against you. It definitely
What do you
feels
mean by
like that.
that? Who's against you?
So tenants are always saying that rents are too high. Like, why are you raising the rents? Like, and like they just don't fully understand like how this economic beast works. I mean, it's all just a series of systems, right? It's like one thing interacts with another. Like if insurance costs go up, like it has to be reflected somewhere, etc.
Yeah.
And then the municipality, they make it difficult to add more units
Mhm.
to the property. So the numbers don't quite make sense for them. I think the interesting thing is that the let's say a mobile home park tenant, they'll pay, call it $1,000 a year in real estate taxes, but them and like a family of like 2 kids, like they'll take up easily $5,000-6,000 of tax value from the government every single
Yeah.
year
Yeah.
through schooling, EMT, road work, etc. So the cities are not thrilled that we're wanting to build more units.
Yeah.
So there's
They say they want affordable housing, but on the other hand, they want the tax base from regular housing, right? So mobile
exactly.
homes don't fit that tax criteria.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then there is the threat of redevelopment. So
Mm.
a lot of bigger players, they come in and they tell the municipalities, hey, I'm going to build a 300 unit luxury apartment building here. I'm going to build a mall here. And the municipality, they're like, okay, well, I'm maybe receiving 20,000 a year, 30,000 a year in taxes as opposed to 500,000 a year.
Mm.
Just makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of redevelopment going on, especially in the more like call it secondary primary markets like Connecticut, New Jersey, like New York, these places like that.
So actually, it's kind of a shrinking asset class a little bit. There are fewer parks every year. They're not getting built like they used to. Municipalities used to love them, don't love them anymore. That's kind of the situation. Is that what I'm understanding?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yep. There's a big supply constraint on mobile home parks. They're not allowing any more as far as zoning. It's harder and harder to purchase because, some of the homes, they just get run down. There's a lot of individual ownership. We call it mom and pop owners.
Right.
People that are like, they've owned the community for 50 years, maybe haven't raised rent in the past 10 years. They just let things go
Yeah.
sideways. There's a lot of deferred maintenance. The property gets kind of ugly, and that's like where some of the stigma comes from.
But that's where the opportunity comes in for you, right?
Right. Right.
Those are the kind of properties that you guys are definitely looking for. Cool, Leo.
Exactly.
So you've got 6 communities in the portfolio right now. When did you first start the fund? When did you first start the business?
Yeah. I started this three years ago.
So 2022?
Yep.
Yeah,
22.
okay, cool. So that's
Yep.
pretty good. So you got uh an average of two a year. What are your goals for the next 12 months? I mean, obviously it depends on what's available, but if you could wave the realistic magic wand, where do you want to go?
I think the next steps is to figure out how to be a lot more organized because, like you said earlier, founding and starting a business is a lot of sort of creative chaos. And like now we've sort of gotten in a nice place that we have systems in place. Our employees know what to do. We know how to do certain things. So what is the next step from there? Perhaps larger properties, and yeah, I mean, serving more people.
Very good. So, Leo, it sounds like you guys have done a great job with the fund so far. What do you find most effective these days for connecting with and bringing on new investors in your fund?
Hmm. I think as far as investors go, to be honest, we haven't seen a consistent formula. They come from all over the place. They have some from like friends and family will come to us. They hear of what we do, or other people they just sort of see what I post on social media. And others are just sort of serial investors. They just want to allocate their funds. They're like a busy professional, and don't really have time. So I call it those three buckets. And I think this year, our focus, or at least my focus, is to give a lot more value, is to make a lot more content, educate people, and answer questions, and just sort of see where that takes things. And at least, hey, like the audience gets something, and I get better on camera, right?
Exactly. All right. Well, that sounds good. So, Leo, I'm sure a lot of people are interested in connecting with you and finding out more about what you're up to and the whole idea of investing in mobile homes. Where's the best place for them to go to connect with you, Leo?
Sure. Reach out to me anytime on LinkedIn. My name is Leo Young, Leoyoung. You can look me up. Stay connected there. I post a lot of just my perspectives on starting a business, mindset of real estate in general, mobile home parks. So always happy to chat and see how I can help.
Awesome, Leo. Well, it's good to connect with you, my friend. Keep up the good work, and I hope things keep growing nicely for you and your partners.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Dave. I appreciate it.
All right, everybody, take care, and we will talk to you on the next one. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now, at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.